What is up, everybody? Welcome to another fresh take. I got Sandstorm with me. How are you doing?
What up? What up? Doing pretty good, man.
Okay, so you're looking at the title. DragonBall superhero movie came out in August.
Yeah.
August. Here in August. I think it was like in April or May in Japan. So we found I've seen it twice. Sandstorm went to watch it, so
Yep.
I brought him on so we can do our little discussion, as it were. So, got a few questions for you, sir, if you don't mind answering.
Oh yes, I'm ready for him.
First off, what stood out to you about this movie off the rip when you first saw it?
Oh, what stood out for me?
No.
All right. The standout was really surprisingly, it was actually the story. I guess this kind of goes along with what I liked best about it. This was really just a Piccolo movie overall. I mean, it focused mostly around him and some side antics, that he has to deal with and everything. He's the main character in this movie, which is something that I really like. More realization that this man is father to just more than Goku's kids. He's father to Goku's kids. So
yeah,
that's a shame, man. Why you got this man ain't no nanny, but you got him out here just being a daddy to everybody. So
I think the killer to me was that Pan's teacher knew him they knew each other on a first name basis.
Yeah,
that tells you he's been doing it. He's done had to do that on more than one occasion.
Yeah, they don't even call him Mr. Piccolo anymore.
No,
they just call him Piccolo.
Yeah.
Can't get no respect out here. Can't get no kind of respect out here. They got him on a speed dial to come and pick up their kids. That's horrible.
Here's something that I did like about it, though. It actually shows you that he really is a better father than Goku is, because he goes straight to when they ask him to go pick up Pan, he goes straight to the house and be like, if you mean to tell me working on your job is more important than spending time with your daughter? If you don't go pick up, I'm gonna beat you within an inch of your life. I'm like, oh, I'm like, okay, like Piccolo really
not playing.
Playing.
He is not playing. I'm tired of taking care of your kids.
So I thought that was actually pretty cool. Now I did see a friend of mine posted like, hey man, I love Piccolo and everything, but man, I know she is saying, but she's 3. When he was training her.
Yo, Piccolo don't care. 3 is age does not matter to him. If you old enough to talk back, you old enough to get whooped.
He knocked the 3-year-old into the side of a stone column. I'm like, okay, all right, Piccolo. That's child abuse. I know she is saying that she thinks that's fun.
She's superhuman, yeah.
Yeah, but she's 3, man. She's 3.
He's taking his pent up anger from way back in King Piccolo times out on the grandchildren.
But yeah, because I did want to ask you about that, because they did do a good job of like actually showing like pretty much without actually saying it. Everybody knows the joke of Dragon Ball is that Piccolo is a better father than Goku is, and even so much so to the point where the Fighters video game pretty much has Goku say it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This kind of actually just pretty much said, Piccolo's just better.
Yeah.
In that regard.
He's everybody's dad. He's everybody's pop.
Yeah. Also, and I just remembered this. Did you catch them actually explaining out who 16 and 21 is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was trying to, when they were breaking down the history, like I was really trying to see, okay, 21, like who is he with? But they didn't really dial in on who he was with in order to make the grandson or whoever he was.
Like 16 and 21 from the game were married.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
And so basically, they pretty much solidified that Giraud, pardon my French, was an asshole. Because he basically took his son, made him an android against his will, took his wife, and basically told her, yeah, I'm not going to turn into an android, did it anyway.
Yep.
And was going to get their son, but he never got a chance to.
No. But it seems like his son did a lot of work, but not enough to become an android. But he did a lot of work himself.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that was crazy. I had to like. Did he really just say that was his son?
Yeah, that was his son. So wow. And this goes into my second question about the animation, because they do kind of change up the animation a little bit. This is not the same animation from Broly.
No, it's not.
They do have parts of the movie that has the animation from Broly in it. How did you feel about that? Because that kind of like.
So watching it, going right into it, this style of animation has always been tough to me because it always looks more robotic, you know. The motions aren't as fluid as like, you know, the regular anime style, or even like going for the more realistic style. It's really kind of weird to me. But just I'm a person who likes the Dragon Ball story anyway, so just continuing to watch it, like it just felt more natural the more it was going on. And a lot of things worked for it, especially like when he was in disguise, you know, and kind of hiding within the RR group. And I mean, but like at first I was just like, oh, I don't like the way he's moving around. This looks a little weird, but
and that's the thing. When you first see the first part, say what would you say? Part for first 20 minutes?
Yeah,
first 20 minutes, it's a little jarring until you get because you get past the obligatory Vegeta Goku fight.
Yep.
And but once you get into that first real fight with Piccolo and Gamma 2, it starts to make sense.
Yeah, it looks a whole lot better.
Yeah, but at first, when they first like show, it's like, okay, especially because during that opening 5 minutes, they switched between the art style that was in Broly and a high def version of Dragon Ball when they going over the background of the Red Ribbon Army.
Yeah,
it's kind of a jarring experience, and I still believe the hand drawn version is probably the better thing they should.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a whole lot better. But the only reason why I accepted the way it was is because, like I said at the beginning of the video, this feels more like a Piccolo, like straight up a Piccolo movie. So like for him to have not only like be the main character in this movie, but also like not an art style that reflects him necessarily, but like a different art style that's different from what we got from like the Saiyans. Like I was more accepting of it, and by the time the end of the movie came around,
your eyes have already gotten used to it. You got to adjust it. Like once again, once that fight happens with Gamma 2, that first fight, my eyes got adjusted real quick. So, now I want to ask you about the story, but we do have to talk about a little bit about like certain parts of certain aspects of the story, because Pan is a little badass.
Yeah, she is. You know what? Okay, so speaking on the story, and this is a little cue that I like that they finally put in, because I don't remember them ever saying this before. We finally get to see Goten and Trunks finally older. They're not still little kids anymore, but two, Gohan kind of gives like the explanation of like, you know, they stay young, you stay looking young for a little while, and then out of nowhere, you know, you get a huge growth spurt, which made sense, I guess, for like all of the characters, you know, going back to Goku back in Dragon Ball. Then you got Gohan, where he kind of just like, you know, really just grew up And then like it's a good thing, like I said, with Goten and Trunks, because I would have hated if they just stayed young for almost forever and they just didn't age them until they felt, plot reason to make them older.
Well, they kind of caught a little flack for that in Dragon Ball Super because technically they're supposed to be 13 or 14, but they got them looking like they're still 7 and 8. So they caught flack for that. And if this is the best excuse they could come up with, all right, I'll go with it.
Right.
I'll go with it because they're supposed to be 11 and 13. So I mean, 11, no, 13
and 14. Yeah.
They're supposed to be 13 and 14. So I mean, if this is the best excuse they got, fine. But yeah, I do agree with that. They make a statement in here about Gohan's eyes. Apparently, this fool is blinder than Ray Charles without them glasses on, unless he's a Super Saiyan or Mystic.
Yeah.
Unless he powers up, he can't see. Which at first was funny, but then it's like, wait a minute, you really can't see?
Yeah.
Like he really can't see. Unless he's powered up.
I wonder if he got that.
How that works.
I wonder if he got that from the Ox King, because the Ox King eventually he was wearing glasses. Because Chi-Chi nor Goku wear glasses,
yeah.
So.
Well, and I wouldn't expect the Saiyan to because they're not normal.
Right.
So I mean, maybe that is.
He did get hit in the head with that baseball that one time. Maybe that knocked.
maybe
drilled him in the face.
But the funny thing about it is, like, because so when Piccolo goes to pick up Pan from school, and this is while he's undercover, they're supposed to be kidnapping her. Well, Pan drops the dude that's supposed to. She straight dropped him.
So quick.
She dropped him. It was like quick. So Piccolo has to. So of course, since she's a Saiyan, she's loving the idea of she thinks this is playtime.
Yeah.
So Piccolo is convincing her to like play along. I'm gonna make sure your dad gets strong. And there's a scene where Piccolo pretty much has her in the palm of his hand. He doesn't have her like her hands are on his hands like this, and she's screaming, and Gohan goes berserk.
Yeah,
but the thing is, even Piccolo and Pan are like, I'm not even. You really can't see. Like you really can't see that this is horrible acting.
Yeah.
Like you can, as a viewer, you see Piccolo holding Pan up in his hand.
And he can't even tell it's Piccolo. And that's it's funny because it's not even the visual part about it. She knew that it was Piccolo off of his ki. Yeah. So like how Gohan didn't catch that, but yeah, that man
times
that man blows
up at the house.
Yeah,
he didn't know.
He almost melted the whole house.
Yeah. So, but I will say this though about Gohan. I do think Gohan gets some points back because I like the fact that they're like, okay, look, all jokes aside, don't piss this dude off.
Yeah.
All jokes aside, like, we've been making fun of Gohan for the last 15 years, but all jokes aside, he will kill you. Like, he ain't none of Goku with that whole, I just want to keep fighting and have me a sparring partner. Nah.
Yeah, no. He's looking to finish it.
Yeah, when Gohan gets mad, he about that life.
He told you once.
Yeah. Yeah, so I did like that. They do explain why Gohan is able to, and the same goes for Krillin too. I know people ain't gonna like me saying this, but it's the truth. When they got their potential unlocked back in the Fall of the Tyrant on Namek, the Fall of the Tyrant saga, that pretty much says that they don't have to train like normal.
Right.
Because they don't have a cap on them. Basically, the cap has been removed. So if that's one of the reasons why, like when before the Tournament of Power, when Goku was testing Krillin, he had to go Super Saiyan Blue because he couldn't hold him back.
Right.
Because technically, I think during this point in time, I'm thinking if I'm thinking correctly, there was like he's about as strong as a Super Saiyan 2. Krillin is, because Krillin is the strongest pure-blooded human on the planet.
Oh, no question.
So there's that. and Gohan's potential is through the roof if he ever focused on training.
Yeah, which is such a shame because he never does.
He never does. But if he does,
we already seen what happened. We already seen what happened once when he had to do the training with the Elder Kai. So
yeah. So it's just one of those situations, and like in this movie, because he thinks Pan. Let's be real. The way they got Pan in this movie, Pan would have beat the brakes off all them dudes in there.
Yeah, it would have.
Gamma 2.
Yeah, it probably would have been. The movie would have been even shorter than what it was.
Yeah. The only two that really could have kidnapped her was Gamma 1 and Gamma 2.
Yeah.
She would have dropped all them dudes in there.
Yeah, it would have been too easy for her.
Yeah. So she was playing along. She was playing along. So
yeah.
I thought that was actually very interesting and it was all to try to get Gohan's power up because, of course, nobody can get in touch with Goku and Vegeta because they're on Beerus's planet, playing with Beerus and
convenience.
That whole stuff with Beerus and Whis and
Chile, yeah.
That was where most of the comic relief was coming in, and one other part was Bulma. Okay, you want to talk about it? you want
She's literally out here using a god of sorts to wish herself young, and that is so horrible. She didn't even ask Master Roshi where the water was. She out here just wishing. I got 3 wishes: wrinkles, skin, age. That's all I need.
No, well, remember she had to fatten the booty up too.
Oh, she had to get the booty fat. She had to get.
I'm just sitting there like, and they straight up say it. It's a straight up line in the movie. It is, and it's hilarious because you're like, even Trunks like, oh, you still wishing for cosmetic surgery, Mom? Wow.
And Shenron's like, that can be possible.
Yeah. So the whole joke is basically she convinced Piccolo them that she would keep the Dragon Ball safe so people won't make evil wishes.
In order to make that booty fat.
Yeah.
That's all she asked for. That's all she asked for.
And that is actually a continuation of the joke from the Broly movie. Because remember in the Broly movie, she was going to ask to be, what was it, like 5 years younger?
Yeah, younger. Yeah.
Because Frieza was going to ask to be like 2 millimeters taller. Which
is the same run-on joke that they had at the beginning of Super in the first place when she had her birthday. She wanted to wish herself young. Come on, man.
Yeah, it's a running gag at this point with Bulma, but it was funny because they didn't go overboard with it. It was just funny. They were calling her out for wishing for something she can actually pay to get done.
Right. Or she's a scientist. Well, which ends up happening at the end anyway.
which I thought was actually kind of funny. So, your thoughts on the overall story and the true villain of the movie?
The overall story was really good. I like how they played it out. It didn't drag on. It wasn't extra long. I think that's the reason why I like these kind of movies is because they give you the plot, they give you the story, and then it's time to fight, which is what ended up happening. There wasn't like there was like oh snaps, oh so this is the real villain moment, but like and Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, like it already kind of felt like they weren't going to be the villains in the movie to begin with. Just after watching a couple of the fights and hearing, they're supposed to be superhero.
They thought they were the heroes.
Yeah, thought they were the heroes. So, and you knew that was going to turn at some point really quickly. And so just get into that part where the big part of, well, no, this is going to be the villain. And I'm like, oh man, not again. They're going to have to do, this is just, it's not too convenient, but it's like, didn't y'all learn the lesson last time? Apparently not. Apparently y'all didn't learn the lesson last time. So why not just make him bigger and badder and not have a conscience? That's pretty much what he was. Just no conscience at all. perfect.
So the main villain of the movie is Cell Max. They call him
Yeah,
Cell Max. So it's basically Cell Stage 2, but the
which is
size of a
weird.
kaiju.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or maybe they didn't pick Perfect Cell because he was too egotistical. Like,
Well, that's the thing. Like, even Dr. Hedo in the movie says like he didn't have enough time
mm,
because he was explaining like, look, my grandfather had this thing done down to the cellular level. If you want me to do it like that, it's gonna take some years.
right.
Because remember, Dr. Zero had to grab cells from everybody. That
Yeah,
he,
that's
it
true.
was from
That's true.
Frieza, Piccolo, Goku, Krillin, Vegeta. Who else? Because it wasn't Trunks.
No.
Oh, King Cole,
Yeah. Yep.
and I think that was it. So he got cells from them, and that's why Cell was the way he was. Now, me personally, that's the only thing I didn't really like in the movie was Cell. I'm like, if you're gonna bring Cell, people been asking for Cell to come back. Bring
Mm-hmm.
back the Cell everybody want.
Mm-hmm.
Don't don't do that.
Cell, it would have been fine if even if he was like Cell 2, but like a stronger version of Cell 2. I just didn't like the fact that he was super big. That like that threw it like kind of out for me because like the Dragon Ball Super has Dragon Ball period has this thing where it's like the bigger they are, the slower they are, and like these guys are supposed to be fast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, and Cell, even in Cell Max, he wasn't really fast. They just couldn't beat the raw power that he had like individually. So like I just, but the cool thing is I do like the fact that they brought back Piccolo in giant form, but even he says like this is just what did he a
it was a
bluff.
bluff.
Yeah,
It was a
like I'm
bluff.
not any stronger than what I really am. It's just a bigger version of me, and it's like I can get it. I get it. Like two giant guys against each other, but it would have been so much more perfect if, pun intended, if Cell was the same size as everybody else and he was just a faster, stronger, just raw, unhinged Cell. Even at two, like I wouldn't have cared if he was one. Just show him like raw, like not even talking. All he, Broly style, at
Basically, like
everything.
Kid Buu, like no remorse, no nothing.
Yeah,
Just yeah.
yeah.
That
But
that part would have worked better as well. Because that was the only thing that I didn't like. Like I love the Piccolo's power increase.
hmm
I like it. I think it works for his character.
yeah,
I also like Gohan's power increase. I think it works for his character. Uh, I
he had the
don't.
whole robust chin. Piccolo, he had like
Yeah,
he was Mr. Sexy. Just
and it to me it worked. I also did turn. I did like Gamma 2. I didn't care for Gamma 1. He was
hmm
way too stoic. Gamma 2 had way more personality.
yeah, yeah,
So, I, and it was obvious which one they was going to sacrifice.
yeah. That's just how it goes.
Yeah. So you're like, oh, wait a minute, I actually like this one.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
just how it goes.
that's pretty much how it goes. So what didn't work for you? Because like the only thing that didn't work for me, honestly, was Cell Max. That's the only thing that really didn't work for me.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I really think that was probably the thing that threw it off the most. Um, I'm not gonna say it didn't work for me. I just want to say that it sucks that we didn't get to see everything that the beast form for Gohan really showed off. You can kind of tell that the transformation that Piccolo has lasts a lot longer than the transformation that Gohan has. They both fall out of transformation at the same time, but Gohan's transformation was way after Piccolo had his transformation.
And
So
people have been fighting for a good, what, 10, 15 years?
yeah, yeah. So, but it's nice to see that Piccolo can turn on and turn that off. The question is kind of like, can Gohan do the same with that? Because that was like, it would suck if that was a one and done. I hope it's not. I'm hoping that like now that he can do that, or he did that once, now that's like something like his own tree, that
Mhm.
he can follow and arc off to. Um, But yeah, that Cell Max fight, that really sucked, and I would say that it even sucked even more the fact that he didn't really do anything. Like he came out of the chamber, they all fought him, but it even on a regular Cell level, he was out sucking people up and stealing
Yeah,
energy. He didn't do that with a single person. And like that wasn't even his goal. Like he was just kind of like a mindless being at that point. But he didn't really destroy anything other than the red ribbon area. He
yeah,
didn't destroy any towns or any cities. So I felt like that was kind of a miss.
yeah. Like we didn't get like a scene of him where they really, because they did a good job of explaining, like, look, even if Goku and Vegeta would have been there, it would have been a problem
Yeah.
because he was just too big, and the only way to stop him was to blow a hole in his head,
Right.
essentially. And the dome was too hard
Mm-hmm.
because, like, even when Gamma Two does his sacrifice, he had to go into space and come down full force just to
Meteor
get it to
style.
crack a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's one of those situations, and yeah, Goten and Trunks do turn into Gotenks, but it's for straight up
Yeah,
comedic
that's
purposes.
they did that.
Yeah,
They did that on purpose, and what's even worse, like I know the reason why they did that is because they didn't want to show off a more mature Gotenks, and because Gotenks and himself is immature, and that
yeah,
really sucks because they even show them doing a perfect fusion dance at the end, but don't show him as Gotenks, and it's
yeah.
like,
I guess because it's going to be something different, they want to save that. I'm guessing they're going to save that for something.
yeah.
I'm guessing they're saving it for something because them two also are two that are should be way stronger than you know.
Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah, that's just one of those things. Now I will say this: I do love the fact that they showed Gohan finally do his version of the special beam cannon, and it's not the same as Piccolo's, which
Yeah,
makes it
no, I
better.
think
Which
that's
makes
cool.
it better.
I think it's cool the way he and Piccolo even calls him out for it. I definitely like
Yeah.
that he
I,
would do that.
now I will say this: I do like the way he goes, Beast, because it's the same thing that happened in the Cell Saga.
Hmm.
That switch gets flipped,
Yep,
and it's
he
just he
breaks.
just gets mad.
Yeah,
And then they just show him power it up. And nigga, I'm like, wait a minute, why he got two fingers to his? He is not finna do it.
yeah. He even says, "I was saving that," like I was
Did your
learning
theater go
everything.
crazy when they saw that? Because my theater went nuts when they saw him do this.
Yeah, they
Saw
like
him do that.
everybody sounded like they were powering up when he transformed. Oh, you
Yeah,
know,
because
and
like,
then it was like, oh, what do you? It
like
was
my theater when they was like, wait a minute, what he finna do? He's doing it. He's doing it. He's doing it. Like,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, I'm like, yeah, okay, all right, y'all watch the show. We know y'all watch the show now.
All right. Insane, man. They
Yeah,
went insane. Yeah, but that's back to what I was saying is like it sucks that we didn't get to see everything that form could do because he just went into the beam cannon and like that was a wrap, which is cool. Like he was that strong. But I would have loved to have seen what he could have like on a fighting aspect what he could have done.
yeah.
It is what it is. Maybe we'll see it again.
Now here's my question. Here's my last question. Because Dragon Ball has a lot of characters that they can easily do stuff off of, and people will be fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this is a good thing for them to do on the movie side, at least, like showcase other characters?
Yeah, I definitely do. I think after seeing Broly and being able to not only reintroduce him as the new Broly, and expand on his backstory, which was really great to me. I still think that's probably the best Dragon Ball movie, period. I think it's really a good way because now that we know for a fact that Broly's canon, um, and then we've got Jiro's son, which I can't remember his name for the life of me,
Yeah,
being in there as well. we could probably see like more side characters either become more gag parts or more serious parts, because we know Broly at some point, he's that's a trio now. Like they're not
Yeah,
it's not Goku and Vegeta anymore. That's out of here. You know, like
and they made a good point in the Broly movie to like it was basically Goku and Broly the same age.
hmm
Vegeta's like was 6 years older than them,
yeah.
so they're basically a trio now.
Yeah. Eh,
I think
it's cool too, because I mean, not to get into any spoilers for people who don't keep up with the manga, but all three of them, well, four of them now, if you count Gohan, are all on different paths to what they would see as greatness.
yeah,
You know, like Broly is the epitome of a Saiyan in its rawest form. You know, Goku's going for more of the calm spirited, you know, Vegeta's going after the ego and destruction, and then Gohan is going, well, the hybrid of his own. Yeah. So
the pinnacle of what a hybrid human insane could do.
yeah. So it's interesting that they're all kind of under the same belt, with the exception of Gohan being a hybrid, um but they all are seeking their own ways of powers, not just the flat out, you know, Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, Super
Yeah,
Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4.
which I think is the best thing they could ever did.
Yeah.
Honestly, because the way they got Vegeta going in the manga, he's gonna be God of Destruction.
Yeah. I'm
And to be fair, he's the only one who would do the job properly
yeah.
because he understands. To be fair, he understands what duty is. Like, look,
hmm
Goku, he played too much.
Yeah. He would
Broly,
be trying to play around with everything, and Broly is untapped. He
yeah,
doesn't.
you don't know how that'll go.
Yeah.
You really don't
He
know how
might destroy the universe and
by accident.
still be like, you know.
Yeah. So that's like one of those situations where the one who it actually makes sense to have it be Vegeta because he would actually take the job. Because they've made fun of Beerus because he don't take the job serious.
No, right.
Vegeta would actually be the ones who actually take the job seriously.
hmm
You know, to where like he makes sure that okay, look, yeah, you got to go, but we're creating something else over here, but you got to go.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know,
I think that's why Beerus kind of looked at him. He's always had that. He's always had that style about him in the first place. I mean, he was sending people to oblivion since you know what I mean.
yeah. Yeah. So, do you think this should be in the library, in the anime movie library?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. It's I wouldn't say it's the best. It's definitely not the best, but it's definitely a really good one, especially if you're a Piccolo fan.
Mm.
This does Piccolo some heavy justice. Like, I'm so glad that this man finally got like, and not just a whole episode of Dragon Ball Super. You know what I'm saying? Like, he actually got a whole movie, not necessarily to himself, but where he's like the the main person. He's the main role. He's the one who, you know, issues out the problem. He's the one who's got to sort out the problem. He may not be the one who finishes off the problem, but he's the one who pretty much set up everything so that it does get finished the way it gets finished. So, um, yeah, so definitely. As far as anime goes, I would. It's weird because we kind of got on the art style of how it is and the stiffness. I would love to, while I didn't like love it how it is now, I definitely would not mind seeing them try and evolve this so that it just did look a little more fluid, you know. Uh
If they could find a way to marry up what they did in Broly to this, I think it'll work a little bit better.
yeah.
This is like you said, this does feel a little stiff now. Maybe it was because they were doing the androids, they were doing the red ribbon. That's what they were going for. I don't know,
Mhm.
but if they could find a way to marry up what they did with Broly and this, I think that would probably be perfect. But it also depends on what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Um, I can see them going back to the art style of Broly if they're just going to go back to doing a regular story without the Red Ribbon Army. I can see them
Yeah. And two, I don't think this one doesn't. I mean, while it's okay in some of the fights, when it starts to get to be like really fast, I don't see this working really that well. Like
no.
it would look way too off. The models would look really weird when they start doing, you know, not teleporting, but just moving really fast.
Yeah, because like this movie, there is some fast movement, but not like it normally is.
Not like
this is more like gritty, like punches, kicks, body slams. Hell, Gohan does a suplex.
Yeah, I like that.
So, I'm like, bro, so like it's one of them. Like they don't really like do the whole.
Yeah. It's not that. It's not that.
This is more of a headbanger boogie.
Yeah.
Type movie. So yeah, but yeah, I think this is like out of the 4 Dragon Ball Super movies they've had so far. I think this one is probably my 3rd favorite. I think Broly's the best one they've done so far.
Mm-hmm.
Resurrection F was just good.
Yeah,
just plain old good.
Yeah.
Because it actually addresses a major fault with Goku. Yeah. And they address it, and it's handled in the movie. And then there's this, and then Battle of the Gods is not a bad movie. But it is a setup movie. And
I was gonna say it just drags. It drags at the beginning. Well, not necessarily drags. It's just too much setup for what they're trying to get at. So
for the point.
Yeah.
But it does set up the stuff that we have now. So that's why I'm like, I like it, but not as much as I like the other 3. To me, they've gotten better and better with every movie. Mm-hmm. Although I do think Broly beats this one just because I like what they did with Broly. I was not expecting them to do that.
Yeah, half the movie is a fight, and it's not boring.
And the thing is, like, they made Broly so freaking sympathetic. Like, you were feeling bad for him because you're like, dude, his dad really is jacked up in the head.
Yeah,
because he made him that way, and didn't realize he couldn't control him.
Yeah, the story is very well done. The animation is amazing. Frieza is Frieza,
racist ass.
Yeah, racist. So yeah, it's that movie is well done all the way through and through. So
yeah. So if you had a chance to give it, what would you give it?
Oh,
if you were to rate it, what would you rate it?
7.58. So probably like a 7.8. Okay. Which in my scale is actually still really good. That's something. A 7.8 is something I would probably watch 3 times and then be like, okay, I'm good. Maybe a 4th time, somewhere down the road. But yeah, 7.8, a solid.
I give it a matinee. It's a perfect movie it's a perfect afternoon movie.
Yeah,
it's not long. It's paced real well. You get in, you get out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is not a Friday night movie. This is not a Friday blockbuster.
Saturday, Sunday afternoon movie.
Yeah.
Then when you're just chilling.
When you got free time, you got a homie you want to go watch a movie with. Yeah.
You got 2 hours to burn. Because it's only an hour and 40, and it goes by. It doesn't.
Oh, that's why I was surprised. I was like, man, this movie only felt like it really was only an hour, but yeah, it's a lot longer than that.
Yeah. So if you are planning to see it, yes, you can go watch it. It's nothing crazy in there, so like if you want to take the kids to watch it, they'll be fine. There is like one real death in there, if you can call it that.
If you could call it that. We're not far along in technology, so to speak, to address what that really means.
But I mean, other than that, I think it's really well done. Like I said, that you can if you let your kids watch anything in the MCU or DCEU, they can watch this. they can watch this no problem, unless you have a problem with a 45-year-old green black dude kicking a 3-year-old girl through a.
It's only for a little bit. It's only for a little bit.
Unless you have a problem with that, I mean,
yeah.
Then you watch.
Your eyes.
Then you watch said 3-year-old knock out like grown bodybuilders.
Yeah.
The rest of the movie.
Easily.
Yeah.
She stunned my man real quick.
Yeah.
Pow, who are you? You don't look familiar to me.
To the point where he was knocked out in the fetal position.
Right. Who is it? Raccoon style.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. She really did just bring, and then told her teacher, I don't know who that man is. The teacher like, you can't beat them up, man. Like, did this lady not just see what this little girl just did? This dude is all of 38 years old, 6'4", 245 pounds, and she dropped him.
Dropped him with one hit.
Yeah. So, and she's just like, I've seen this before. Oh, hello. Like, that part of the movie just threw me off, because that's when I got mad at Gohan and Videl. I'm like, wait a minute. They know each other on a first name basis. How many times Piccolo went to pick this girl up from school?
Too many times. Too many times. He said it was the last time he was doing it. That ain't true. Yeah, he said that last time.
Yeah, it ain't true. He know he's Grandpa Piccolo.
Right.
He trains that girl first thing in the morning. Girl goes to school. He goes pick her up. Probably train that afternoon. Then she go home. Because apparently he don't stay that far from him. Apparently.
No.
So yeah, when y'all see that, Piccolo black. So I know some people don't like that, like when you say that, but when you see this, you're like, yep.
That's true.
Yep. But I hope you guys enjoyed the our quick little waxing poetic over Dragon Ball Super. We will be back Sunday for the Winging It podcast. Also and I just found this out, Ubisoft is actually having a presentation on Saturday, so I'll probably be doing that live.
Ooh, I wonder if it's for Skull and Bones.
Yeah, well, I don't know what they're talking about. They just said join us for Ubisoft Forward. So
okay.
As soon as I find out a time, I'll let you guys know. We'll probably be doing that one live. Because hey, why not, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, but join us Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got a good one for you, because there's some stuff that's been happening in the last couple of weeks in the gaming world. Whoo, boy. Should be a good one. Anything you want to pimp out, Sandstorm?
No. We are like 3 away from our. I said no, but then I say. Then go on my statement. But anyway, we are 3 away from our 350 for our road to 400. So if you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do so. So we can go ahead and start that as well. Now that Jay says that we have something going on for Ubisoft, we ain't doing nothing on Saturday. So we might do something. We might do something come Friday. But we will see. We'll see how that day goes. Other than that, make sure you subscribe to this channel and check us out on the Winging It podcast on Sunday.
All right. Peace out, people.
Peace. Oh, my hands are white. Painting.
Sure.